Now only 18. This is light work.
Oh, only
Yeah.
18. What are you getting, like sleep and food in between? What's the
Oh,
process here?
actually, you want to hear something funny? This is a national census state, so we can't buy food. Literally nothing is open. So we had some granola and some yogurt in the fridge, and that was like literally all we had to eat today. I was like, "Are you fucking like we literally can't buy anything anywhere. The whole
You
city
guys are
shut
on
down."
24-hour.
All right.
24-hour AMA bender. No, only granola only. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Strictly alcohol. Strictly Daniel. Strictly on the alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
Alcohol
that's
only.
the only
Yeah.
way to do it.
Alcohol fueled session. But yeah, man. Is this one of your final
Yeah,
ones?
this
How's it been going so
we
far?
are wrapping things up with you guys. We left the best for last.
All right,
Nice.
fine.
The
Oh, you
OG,
really
the
Save
OG
the best for
supporters,
last then.
the OG supporters. Yeah, you guys.
Absolutely
I think you guys were like the first big like community who had our back and showed us love and made us feel welcome. So I think it's appropriate that we started and we're ending, right at the same spot.
Let's do it. All right.
Let's go.
I know we've only got like 30 minutes. Let's jump
No,
straight
we're
into
good.
it.
I'm not in no rush, dude. We're really in no rush. So you guys are the last, right? Johnny, the last. Yeah. So we're good. We can have fun.
All right, let's go. All right, so Daniel the Terrible, it's been a few weeks since we last spoke. Exciting times. You're really going against it right now, with a market like this, the way things are. It's kind of like that scene. It's the NFT version of the scene from Dusk Till Dawn, where you had like that group, five individuals surrounded by like 200 vampires ready to make a stand. But, I'm confident you're going to make it through. And I'm glad you guys and gals have actually got the confidence to go hard and really kind of tackle this. As always, you got myself, Luke Skyhopper, and Wes Paglia from My Pet Hooligan in the house. I think we got all the time we want, but let's get stuck in. I'm sure by now everybody on here knows about Collider and knows Dan the Terrible. But intro yourself again, Dan, real quick for us all.
Just before that, just so everybody knows, we're on. Just let me confirm with Juanito, our illustrious community manager, studio GM, and today he's holding down the fort with the stream.
Nice.
So we're on Twitch. Juanito, do people have access to it? Do they have the link?
Nice.
So where? Group chat. Okay, so Juanito's going to send the link to the group chat so you guys can disseminate it. So basically, the Twitch stream is basically so people have access to like visual, just visual resources, and they can see my silly face, and and it'll be fun. All right, so I'm Daniel Gomez Cortez. I'm the director here at Collider Craftworks, and my job is just basically to make sure we don't crash and burn. My job is just to make sure everybody's got everything they need to be incredibly successful and blow past any personal limits that real or imagined. And I wear many hats, and yeah, I'm just basically the hype man and the biggest fan of everybody at the studio. So that's kind of my job. And
Beautiful.
yeah, so we're a team that is fully 100% focused on character production. I think very much like Pet Hooligan, we have like a core competency. We come from a very specific core skill set, and now we're expanding, but still within our wheelhouse, right? So we're adding some of these new elements, but keeping within our core skill set, which is creating characters and avatars, right? So we've been working in the gaming industry for over 5 years. We started actually being 5 artists, and now we're almost 100. And we've become, I think, one of the best teams in the world. We get to see some of the assets other teams make, and when we compare them to what we're doing, that definitely bolsters our confidence. So yeah, even like some assets for film, we're like, we got this. So
No problem.
Amazing.
Yeah, so when we worked on Terminator, number one, we couldn't believe we were working on Terminator, and then when we saw like the assets that they were using for film, I was like, oh man, these guys. They need some help. But yeah,
You worked on Terminator. Which Terminator did you work on? How old are you, Daniel? Like 100.
Yeah.
Which
So
Terminator 1?
no, no. So what we were doing is that we were working on Mortal Kombat 11. I'm sorry, my brain's glitching. So we're working on Mortal Kombat 11, and Terminator was going to be part of the DLC with Schwarzenegger, and so we were able to get like the 3D scan data from the facial scan, and then we're recreated everything for all the facial destruction and the clothing and all this kind of stuff. So that was super fun. The big one that we got to work on that I was like so excited for was when we got to work on Hellboy. That one was like when we got to work on that, I was like, yes, this was the moment I've always been waiting for. So yeah, so I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. But
amazing. All right, well I mean, you've been on an 18-hour bender by the sounds of it.
Yeah, so we do
Keep
characters. We do characters, and we saw that there'd be a massive need in the gaming industry to be able to produce characters quickly at a lower cost. So you're talking around somewhere around like $50,000 to $80,000 when it's all said and done for these kind of like AAA characters, and these games are getting bigger and bigger. So we're like, number one. The majority of the revenue comes from selling skins in games, and that's what we do. And then number two, they need more volume, and we need a better way of doing this. So there was kind of like the financial incentive, and then there was the strategic incentive, and just from a creative side, is like, hey, let's just make like really cool tools. But we've always kind of wanted to make our own stuff, but we never thought anybody would fuck with it. Like, why would anybody buy our stuff? Being the humble artists that we are, full of self-doubt and imposter syndrome. But when we started,
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
yeah.
Sure.
So when we started seeing what was happening in the NFT space, we were like, holy shit! Like maybe there's an opportunity here. Maybe people will want to, maybe people will find interest in what we're doing. So in August, we announced to the whole team. It took us like a year to make this decision, but in August, we decided to move our team towards creating a straight to consumer, a B2C product. And, we were going to do it inside of the NFT space. So that was a huge bet for us. We didn't know what the fuck was going on with NFTs when we first started. It was like, what the hell is this? And it took us like about a year of really kind of trying to understand the underlying technology and how like fundamentally consumer behavior was going to change. The entertainment industry was going to change forever with smart contracts. And we were like, all right, this is something that needs to get looked at. And we spent a year really kind of debating it and studying, and and we made our decision, and then we announced it in December. And fast forward a couple of months, and here we are. So that's just the elevator pitch.
Good stuff. Great elevator speech there. I'm all in. But let's drill down into some of the basics here. I want to know mint date, mint time, mint price, when reveal.
All right, we're going straight at it.
Get down to the brass tacks.
Man, let's go.
Can we share screens, Jonathan?
Terminator style.
Terminator style. So mint date is the 20th of May. We're Pacific time. What would it be, Jonathan? Juanito.
The mint schedule?
Yeah.
Anytime. Give us a UTC.
At Pacific time? UTC? What time would it be?
UTC?
Yeah.
11.
11? 11 UTC? The 20th of May. That's 4 hours after Invisible Friends, right? 11 p.m. That would be 4 hours after Invisible Friends, right?
Well, is that the garbage friends thing?
Sorry?
Is that Invisible Friends or Garbage Friends?
Yeah, Invisible Friends, I think, are minting 4 hours ahead.
All right.
Yeah, so that's mint date. I can actually show you guys if you guys jump on Twitch. I can give you a little.
If everyone here jumps on the Twitch, that'll be somewhat helpful.
So this is.
I've shared the details for the Twitch in Discord.
So this is the mint site. We just got a little sneak peek the other day, and so we're sharing this. So when you mint, what you're going to be getting is one of these beautiful helmets. This is a GLTF format, which is a 3D format supported on OpenSea. So you guys will be able to get a 3D helmet in all of its glory. This is 4K glory. Can you guys see this?
Nice.
Yeah, that
So
looks dope.
you're gonna know what faction you minted. So we have 5 faction: Hyper, Prototype, Rad Kids, the Outlaws, and the Chosen. So you're gonna know what faction you minted, and factions are a big deal in our community. So we believe there's going to be a lot of secondary activity, hopefully going on for people trying to mint several from the faction they like, or maybe trying to get one from each faction, or who knows what people are going to be doing. We just believe something's going to be happening. We're not sure what, but we have a feeling that exciting stuff is going to go down, because you're going to find out exactly what faction you've minted. What else? What other important information? The mint price is 0.5 ETH. What else? Reveal date is June 30th. So that's a 40-day stretch. And a lot of people are saying, are you guys fucking crazy? Have you lost your mind? Do you not understand how this space works? You guys are so Web 2. Bunch of boomers. And
So talk to us about the kind of reasoning behind is it rendering? What's the reason? Because I know these are very highly complex and detailed models, right?
yeah, so
Yeah,
the rendering is actually the easiest part out of this whole thing. So really the complex part is getting it all to work together, and for all of the assets. So there are hundreds of assets, so that means you have thousands of possible combinations, and all of these assets, if you guys can see me on Twitch, I'm doing like all sort of hand movements to explain myself, but these assets like intersect with each other, because they have different volumes. So number one, you need blend shapes, right, for all of these to hundreds of assets and hundreds of combinations to not intersect with each other. And then on top of that, once you animate the character and it's running around throwing high kicks and what people do in the metaverse, you need to make sure all this stuff deforms correctly. So the QA process is ridiculous on this thing, but we're always targeting around the end of June. And so you guys will like, why is there a 40-day period? Well, basically, we wanted to give people access and the power to decide what they wanted to do. So we have people on our server since December, and we're like, it kind of sucks like just dragging this thing on and making people wait all the way till June. Why don't we just give them access on the 20th of May? It's a little more than a month out, and they can decide what they want to do. They can hold it, they can flip it, they can trade it, they can do whatever they want with it, but they have the power to decide. And that way we kind of make the give people basically access to their whitelist, right? And what we're going to be doing in between is we're going to be, if you guys also can see my screen, I think I'm on the wrong slide.
I mean, you never know, Daniel. Maybe like this 40-day reveal might end up being the new meta. Let's see how it goes, man.
Well,
it's untested.
You better be ready. You better be ready to deliver. I don't know. I don't want to say anything silly, but basically, we're going to be delivering a lot of goodies in that stretch. So we're going to give people access to a pre-alpha demo of the visual wallet, which means people are going to be able to build their own characters with pixel streaming. You're going to be able to see how the character creator feels, and I think that's going to give you a great vision of the potential of what we're doing here. And then after that, you're going to have a fuller experience of the visual wallet with the MetaHuman rig, and you're going to have all of the assets. You're going to be able to build your character and then stick it into the freaking mosh pit. So this is like, from a technical standpoint, this is pretty cool. We're pulling all of this data from the server. We're compiling once you've customize your character. We're compiling all of these assets, sticking it into the game, and then pulling it back out, which is what's going to be happening once all of this content is on chain. So it's really a feat of technology, and it's really a step forward in innovation. So yeah, I think when people see this, I think there will be bullish sentiments around what we're doing. But all jokes aside, we just want to give people tangible proof of what we're doing and really show people we're not messing around. We mean business. We are freaking building for real. And I think once people get access to this stuff, I think it'll be pretty exciting. And
I think you guys, go ahead.
I'll just say one last thing. This is a little alpha. Yeah. Some of my favorite parts of the collection haven't even been shown yet. So you know how people like, you have them in, and then there's kind of radio silence from the team, and then you have the reveal. We're going to be showing Muse stuff. So it's going to be I don't know how people are going to react, but it's going to be pretty exciting to like jump on a stream and say, "Hey guys, check out this new shit," and then people going wild or being like, "Fuck these dudes." I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
No, I'm sure that's not going to be the case. People are going to be pumped, man. You guys have done nothing but show up and just prove quality hand over fist. I think everybody here is really pumped on it, man. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it will definitely be
Amazing,
entertaining.
man. Me too.
I think there'll be like entertain. If nothing else, we'll provide entertainment value to the community for real.
Good stuff. Right, I've got to continue the grilling here.
Let's do it.
Let's crack on.
Bring
with
the heat.
Hard Terminator style questions.
Turn the
All
grill
right,
up.
Daniel.
Turn up the heat.
Contracts audited, because I've seen too many mints just fall at the first hurdle. How are we looking with that?
We're looking pretty. So we announced that we're partnering with Byte, which this was actually Tony hooked us up. Also a big supporter of My Pet Hooligan. He hooked us up. They're the guys behind the contracts for Neo Tokyo. They have extensive experience with tokens, and they have their own marketplace. So great team, and we're getting it audited by 2 separate teams. So that's all done. And what else? I can go over kind of like some safety measures that we've put in place to make sure that we have some smooth sailing. I'm just trying to find my
gas optimization. All that been looked at, yeah.
Yep. So
I mean, I know it more than likely has, but I just want to know. I just want to make sure that everybody in the call is hearing and assured accordingly too.
So I can go over some more details. So we're obviously using the optimized ERC 721A contract for bot prevention. Basically, we're doing a couple things. One of them, you're not allowed to mint from a cold wallet. You're not allowed to mint more than 3 avatars from the same wallet. You're not allowed to mint from the contract. All of the mints are whitelisted, so basically, that's all set up manually. All the metadata is on chain, IPFS. We also have like some safeguards in place in case somebody gets a little crazy and pays over 0.5. You'll get what's it called, a refund immediately. What else? Royalties are 6%. I don't know what else to cover. We have a 300 piece allocation for the team. So 150 of those go to me, and then another 150 go to Juanito. He hasn't been doing his job that well, so I think I'm just going to keep 200 of those. Not just kidding, guys. Relax. No, so we have a big team. We have a team of almost 100 people, so there's a lot of mouths to feed. Those 300 are going out to the team. And yeah, I think those are like the big takeaways from the minting side of things.
That's definitely a new utility for NFTs. They can actually keep people fed and well nourished. So there you go. That's a first of its kind there, Daniel. I hope that's in the light paper.
Yeah, so
they can literally eat
I'll tell you something.
NFTs.
I'll tell you something that was super heartwarming and actually made my anxiety go like way up. So basically, we gave free mints to the whole studio, and then we gave the possibility of paying for more mints, right? And because we're like, well, if people really want it, And I was blown away by the amount of mints people bought with their own money, and I was like, holy shit! Like, people are really bullish on what we're doing, and I just felt like this huge like sense of responsibility for like everything going amazing in the first 24 hours. And of course, a lot of that feels a little out of my control, but yeah, it was really heartwarming, and just see the confidence and the trust in the team and what we're doing, and putting their own money down and really just believing in what we're doing. It was very, very heartwarming, and definitely brought up my anxiety a bit, but yeah, it was cool. It's cool stuff.
Good stuff. All right. We're gonna keep it moving here. Are you even a little bit worried, like given the current kind of market conditions, or are you just gonna straight up bull run through it all? How are you feeling? Do you have any personal vulnerabilities that you want to share with us?
Yeah, I think it would be stupid not to be worried. There's this thing, St. Pierre. I was a big MMA fan, and St. Pierre was like, well, you should always be scared before getting into the cage or getting to the ring. But you know, if you put in the work, you put in the hours, that's basically where the peace of mind comes once you're in combat and once you're doing your thing. So I know we did everything humanly possible to make sure everything is done correctly, to try to do everything we possibly can. So the work's been put in. Now the chips just fall where they may. And you know, it's kind of that the stoic ethos where, you know, you just worry about the things that you have control over. And I think we did that. And I'm just really confident about like the long term direction, the value of what we're creating, and the value people's like. I really believe our community understands what we're doing at the end of the day. They see beyond like the NFT side of things, and they see like the underlying technology and opportunity in the market. And so I think that's where we get a lot of the confidence from, is really from the community, and seeing how, like, just seeing the support on for what we're doing, you know. So of course we're concerned, but you know.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
West, you're about to say something.
Well, I was gonna say, of all the projects that, you know, we've had the pleasure to have a close relationship with and close eye on and watch develop, you know, over the past few months, you guys have certainly, just speaking for myself here, you know, proven nothing but just diligence and hard work, and you know, you've really displayed a lot of quality in the work and the diligence that you've been able to create. So I tip the hat to you, and yeah, I think you guys should feel good about it. But
Good stuff, good stuff. All right, Daniel, are we in this drop I know everything's a one-of-one, but you know what people generally mean when they ask about one-of-ones. Are we expecting any specials?
All right, so we haven't shown the legendary, so there's going to be one legendary per faction on this first drop, and then there's going to be one legendary per faction on the second drop. So in total, you're going to have 10 legendaries. You're going to have 5 male legendaries, 5 female legendaries. I mean, we haven't shown those yet. We actually threw our whole legendary concept to the garbage and redid it because somebody came up with this beautiful idea, and we were like, fuck yeah, let's do that. So that's why we haven't revealed it yet, but I think it's going to surprise people. I think it's going to be really cool. We haven't shown those yet. And then we might potentially be working on a one-of-one Cypher champion.
nice.
And yeah, hopefully, yeah. I that's all I'm going to say. I don't even know when we're going to release it. We just love this idea, and I don't know if we're going to, you know, release it after reveal, pre-reveal. I don't know, but it's going to be there. It's going to be the biggest, baddest boss in the game, and it's going to be fun. So.
All right, Daniel. I hope nobody's listening, but anyway, you can leak the metadata for that for me, please. By the way, that's obviously a joke, but I'm presuming that you guys have got real safeguards in place for all of that as well. Everybody's going to want that piece right now. Presuming there's safeguards in place for all of that as well, because everybody's going to want that piece right now.
Yeah. Well, if we do a Cypher champion, it's going to be a one-of-one, and probably outside of the collection. We're going to have to see how we do it. I don't know. We're still talking to the team and see how we do it. It might have its own contract. We'll see. But basically, the idea with this champion is to use the funds to feed all the hungry people in the world. I'm just kidding. No, the idea with this champion is basically use the funds from the champion to fund content for the visual wallet. So people who maybe want to make like a music video, or like maybe do like a challenge for the best music video, or the best environment, or the best mini game or stuff like that, we need to see. But basically, we want to use this opportunity or something like that, if you have like a really great sale, to kind of invest it back into the community and create content for the community. So
all right, perfect. Like these are definitely some of the most striking visuals that I've personally seen in the space in terms of kind of detail. What are you going to be able to do with them? Are they just going to be you've mentioned the visual wallet where you could change them to kind of customize what you want. What else will you be able to do with them? I know you've mentioned a mosh pit, but for those who are not really too familiar with the projects, talk to us a bit about some of the activations you're going to get with these avatars.
Yeah, for sure. So right off the bat, we're going to be delivering like the fully rigged skin 3D asset We're targeting around the end of August to actually deliver this. Hopefully, also something that we're targeting as a GLTF of your avatar for your MetaMask, and you can visualize it also on OpenSea. That's one of the big objectives as well. And then aside from that, once you have this asset, you can actually bring it into the Unreal Engine and make your own little games and experiences, or maybe big games. With your avatar, so you have like full control of your avatar and you can do whatever you want with it. There's already people in our server making games. So we I don't know if you guys saw, we made like this crash dummy, and we started doing game jams, and now there's people in our community that are actually making games for the first time in their lives, and that's like super exciting because that's really part of our mission and our objective. Aside from that, we believe that other people are going to start creating content for this stuff. And even like I'm sure you guys saw this, like 90 Days of Unreal I thought it was beautiful. It was made by like a handful of artists. It started off with like 3 artists, and then I think they grew the team a bit. And it was 3 artists working for 90 days creating the most breathtaking environments. And like just that I think would be beautiful and so easy to plug into what we're doing, where people can just go and explore beautiful landscapes and different kind of worlds. So there's a lot of opportunities to create really nice content for the visual wallet outside of the games that we're creating. So
yeah, can't wait to get
Nice.
involved. And you got a bit of alpha for us here. I believe that we've been blessed with an additional 3 whitelist spots to give away to anybody
yes, sir.
who's in attendance here, right? So let's make this a bit easier on everybody, because it's hard to see everybody on here. So if you're on here or you're in the Twitch, go on our Twitter page right now. And the tweet that I mentioned that says dropping 3 whitelist spots for Collider Craftworks, just go and like and retweet that, because then we can run a Twitter picker on it and randomize it. But there's 3 whitelist spots to give away, so get all over that. Go and retweet that tweet right now, and we'll use Twitter picker to randomize it. But yeah, thanks for that. I know these are kind of, hotly tipped to whitelist spots here, so appreciate you showing some love to the pet hooligan community, Daniel.
There was blood on the streets. There was literally blood on the streets to get those whitelists. We had to rip it out of some dead cold hands. No. There's luckily there were some people who slept on the verification process, and boy, did they lose their whitelist. so we had more to give out.
We just got like 50 retweets on that straight away. So people are listening. It pays to listen sometimes. But Daniel, we've been speaking for a while now, and we've kind of bounced around different ideas of us potentially collaborating within the mosh pit or the rabbit hole between kind of Collider and Pet Hooligans, and we actually showed a bit of a demonstration to show what's possible. So we definitely kind of are looking to do something with you in that space. How excited are you about that?
I am very excited, and actually, to be honest with you, I actually used this example several times today when people were asking me, like, well, why would other people want to, connect and use this stuff? And I was like, man, it's such a huge opportunity if you build kind of these open worlds and you build these games thinking about interoperability with other projects. And the Unreal Engine has really made it possible now for there to be an industry standard. And I use the example of the little fun collaboration we did. So yeah, as soon as this drop is done and we deliver, that's the biggest thing for us. Like, we want to deliver. Once we've established ourselves and we've delivered, the next order of business is starting to get together with other developers that have the same vision and really believe in this kind of metaverse idea, and really set the roadmap ahead for like, okay, how is this technically going to work? And really set out a plan on actually making this a real thing, because it's incredibly powerful. I don't know if you guys know the Xverse guys. We actually haven't talked to them yet, but I saw a tweet where they're like, definitely looks interoperable, and we saw like our little dummy like running around in Xverse. So it's gonna be super fun to reach out to some of these developers and start crafting some naughty plans.
Amazing, amazing. I like your ethos in that. Similar to us, it's like, show and prove first, and then take it to the next level. So almost like walk before you try and run. And there's
For sure.
various projects promising they're going to do X, Y, Z, but are yet to prove anything. But actually, delivering against your milestone, delivering against your initial roadmap, saying yes, we do have a future vision for interoperability, but let us show and prove that we're the people who are capable of delivering this. And then
Yep.
let us work towards that. I think that's always the best route. And unfortunately, that's not the direction a lot of projects go in, right? Because ultimately, I feel like, projects try to get as much hype up front as possible. So they'll make as many promises as they can to get eyes on them. And ultimately, can't really deliver what they set out to deliver. So show and prove, and deliver excellence first, and then you're going to get the trust, and then you're going to get the followers, then you're going to get the eyes on you, because they're going to be waiting to see what you do next, because you actually did the first thing you said you were going to do impeccably well. So I'll kind of really share the same thoughts on you about how to tactically and strategically go about these things. So we're definitely looking forward to working with you at some stage in the future, but let's both focus on what we're doing. Let's make sure we both do good jobs on it and take it from there.
Also, it's really interesting what you guys are doing with limb tracking and face tracking. I saw you guys were doing something. I think I saw something with a Bored Ape. Can it be?
Yeah, Bored Ape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Snoop Dogg or like Paris Hilton or something?
No, that was with Pomp. I think it was like a podcast. I was like, I literally today I just saw like a tiny bit. I was like, oh, it's so cool. So you guys are literally also like building tools for other developers as well.
Yeah, we're all over it. I think our vision is initially to deliver for the pet hooligan community, and deliver the rabbit hole game, and really make that an incredible experience. Something above and beyond what people are generally used to seeing in this space. And then post that point, we've got a wider metaverse play which is called Interloop, which we're looking to build in Unreal 5. An interoperable metaverse, but there's many steps to get there. There's a lot of technical challenges. There's a lot to explore. There's a lot of problems to solve. There's frameworks to develop. So that's not something that's just going to happen overnight. That's going to take a lot of research and development to do. And it's not about just throwing that out there. It's like let's build to it. And that's definitely in future phases of what we're doing. But right now, its focus is on delivering against the milestones for phase 1. Sorry, Wes, you're going to say something.
No. Well said. That's exactly what I was just going to echo, that exact same sentiment. So yeah, Daniel, like we're blessed because we had been developing various technologies in face tracking and face recognition and facial animation, specifically all focused with real-time emphases. And when we got focused and deployed MPH, for us now, everything is just on delivering on our roadmap. But long term, we do have some tech that we would like to ultimately put out there in a way that could serve as infrastructure, technical infrastructure, I suppose, for the metaverse, and for Web3 projects. But for us, we're always trying to just think, how is this going to ultimately come back to our holders? Is this going to affect their value? Is this going to positively, benefit them? But yeah, long term, we've got a couple things in the works that we're excited about. But for us, just as it is for you guys now, it's just about showing up for our people.
Exactly. All right. Let's Daniel, if you don't mind, let's jump into some questions. So if anybody's got some questions out there, I know we've got a couple of speakers in there. Let's throw them out there. As challenging as we want it to be.
Spicy questions. Bring in those spicy questions. I know there's some spicy questions out there.
Bring those.
Put that sauce on it. Let's go.
Bring those ghost. Is it ghost pepper? That's the spicy one. Bring those ghost pepper level spicy questions. Bring to the table. All right, we've got baby LTs coming up. So take yourself off mute, baby LTs. But just a reminder, if you want 3 of these whitelist spots for Collider Craftworks, go and retweet our last tweet, and we're going to select from there randomly shortly after this session, and make sure that the winners are whitelisted. Right, baby LTs, talk to us, pal.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Wavy. I appreciate you guys having me up on the stage. Shout out to the Pet Hooligan Gang.
Yo,
this is
Wavy.
like, what's up? What's going on?
Yo, you're sounding wavy too, man. I like it.
Yeah, good to meet you, Wavy. What up, dude?
Absolutely, man. Great to meet you guys. I'm talking about, listen, I'm an advocate of pet hooligan, like in real life, in this space. Like, I was in a Discord earlier today, and guys were like, "Yo, what?" They were just asking around, like, "What projects are you bullish on?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm not bullish on anything other than Pet Hooligan." I'm like, the last couple of projects that I've been waiting to mint, the last probably about 4 or 5, they all kind of like, fell apart. And I don't know if it's just due to the market or whatever, but to be honest, luckily, like, I have the Huli community, and, everything is just going so great with the project, and everybody who I tell about it, like in real life, they're super excited about the art. They're super excited about the roadmap, I break down to them a lot of things in the orange paper. I show them, the things from the game, like, how you guys are posting a lot of sneak peeks and stuff like that. So, I was able to get actually one of my friends to purchase a Huli. I got a couple bids out for like my third Huli because I'm getting ready for the staking for sure. Now I did want to ask a question about like the burners, right? All right. How like will that kind of take effect in the game? Because they all kind of have like the bongs. Like, will that kind of be implicated somewhere in the game?
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, we've touched on that on some of our AMAs actually. So we have sent a request to our development team to ensure. Now we don't know if it'll be ready for the alpha or kind of for season 1, but we have said ensure that there is some form of effects for the bunners on actually taking a hit of the bong. So do expect. I don't know if it's gonna get you dazed out, if it's gonna help you recover more, or it's gonna make it worse for you. But we're definitely looking
I've got
into
quite a
what can
lot of
happen.
creative on that note, but as of right now, I can't speak too much of it specifically about what we're going to be able to have in season 1, what we won't be able to. But I can promise you this much, Wavies, like that shit will be in there eventually. It is definitely on, our overall creative briefs, and I actually got a lot to unpack there about what the bunners might unlock by kind of by smoking it up a little bit. But anyway, I got to shut myself off there. But I can promise you that shit is coming eventually.
Definitely,
That's
it's
what's
gonna
up.
be some good shit. That's all I gotta say. Wait, it's gonna be some good shit. We'll definitely get Snoop Dogg to approve the goods in the metaverse before they go live. But Waves, have you got any questions for Collider? Have you been looking into Collider?
Oh man, let me tell you something. I've been in the Collider community for a while now, and
Hell yeah.
I've taken my bumps and bruises like a man, because that's a rough crowd. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody who's in Collider. I
What's
mean,
going on with the rough crowd?
I mean, no, not not in a bad way. I mean, what it is just it's a group of diehards. You know what I'm saying? From the
Yeah.
mods, to the OGs, all of that stuff. Anybody here in Collider, y'all know what's up. I see Almighty, what's good, bro? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, Collider, come on, man. They top tier for sure, but they run a tight ship with an iron fist, man. You get with it or you get lost.
Yo, Waves.
Oh,
I
bro,
appreciate
that
you.
sounded
I appreciate you.
that was hardcore. Huh? But it's
They
good to
keeping
know
it
how
real.
it's good to know how it feels. Yeah, it's good to know how it feels from the outside. But yeah, I don't know what to
100%. Yo,
say.
Waves, man, we got to get you on as like a guest host from time to time. I like your vibe, man, for sure. So next Hulu Radio, I want you in there, pal. You can be our guest host. I definitely
Let me
like
tell
and
you
appreciate
something.
your vibes and
So
appreciate
down.
everything you're
So
doing for
down.
the community. All right,
I would.
let's get some other let's get some other questions in anyway. So who else is ready to have some questions? We got Lucifer, we got Caddy. Come to the table.
Hello guys, like thanks for having me on stage. I just want to keep it short. I have a question regarding the physical icon burst. As Daniel, you already mentioned
Yeah.
that holders would be getting a physical icon burst if they hold their NFT for 3 months, right? So would
Yep.
that icon burst depend upon the NFT they hold, or would it just be a random one?
Ideally, again, this is still something we're working on. So ideally, it's going to be faction specific. But again, there's all sorts of logistics involved here. So I'm not going to promise it, but ideally it will be faction specific. And if nothing else, it will be just like a beautiful bust of one of our Cypher heroes. So we have to see exactly like the complexity in getting all this stuff actually out. So all I can promise right now is that it's going to be a beautiful bust, and if everything works out, it'll also be faction specific.
There you go, Lucifer. I mean,
All right.
Daniel, like
Thanks, Daniel.
you got like I mean, people normally get like NFT influencers, but you've gone straight to Satan himself as an influencer. So thanks, Lucifer. I hope you are not Satan, but if you are, fair play to you. Caddy, you got any questions for us?
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, bro?
Lucifer coming to the stage.
Say that again. I missed that.
I said Lucifer coming to the stage. I never thought I'd see that happening.
There you go. Lucifer is now Satan. Satan himself is now part of the NFT community.
One of the questions I got is, I know we have the Hooligram. Are we gonna get like some type of Collider Craftworks gram, something like that, where you guys are working with in the Emmy, where you guys can kind of utilize the NFT, the helmet, whatever characters you get from whatever mints we do?
Sorry, could you explain how that works?
Yeah, so I think he's talking about our Hooligram app, which allows you to basically puppeteer your hooligans in real time through proprietary tracking.
I think that would be awesome if you could do that with the colliders. That'd be amazing.
Well, we can definitely sit down with Daniel and show him what we've got on it and see if he's interested. So let's take that offline and have that conversation. But we're open and willing to work with any dope ass communities out there on sharing our tech suite with them.
Most definitely.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, that's all I got, man. You guys do your thing.
Obviously for some carrots, of course. Chili, come speak to us.
Hi, good morning.
Yo, Chili.
Chili's got those fire questions coming.
Buenos dias.
Just a few simple questions. Well, it's really exciting to hear that there's going to be like female ciphers. So my question is that will there be equal number of female ciphers as the male counterparts, or what's the supply like?
You better believe it. Yes, it's exactly half of the collection. So yes, they're going to have the same amount.
I see. And also, given the current market sentiment, have you guys probably considered like delaying the minting date, or just to allow the project to take off like in an ideal market?
Yeah, that's definitely something we discussed internally. At the end of the day, this is something that we actually talk about with our community. It's like there will be good times, there'll be bad times in the market. Nobody controls that, but what we can control is basically the value of the assets and the long-term potential of what we're doing. So like nobody knows when the market's like, imagine you go like, okay, we're going to wait for better market conditions. I don't know if that's a month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe it's a year, right? So when we came into the space, we really came in expecting there to be these kind of situations and having plans in place to be able to keep on with production and meet our milestones and meet our objectives regardless of our market conditions. Obviously, favorable market conditions help, but at the counter side, you could actually say, bearish market conditions actually might be ideal, right? And it's kind of a funny way to look at it, but if you're thinking of kind of like a store of value for people nowadays, you go, well, ETH might be going down, stable coins aren't stable, what's going on with the US dollar and inflation. What are you going to do? Put it in gold? So you go, okay, well, I'm going to put it into a team and a project that I believe in, that really has the potential to grow. And as far as like a store of value, it's maybe one of the better propositions, especially if you're well educated on who we are, what we're doing, what our track record is, and what we're really building. So we feel very confident about the information we've shared with our community, how much they believe in what we're doing, and I think some people might be looking into de-risking maybe their portfolio and getting into projects with this kind of utility. So we'll see. When times get tough, the tough get going. So, some people show up when things are difficult, and it'll be a feather in our cap if we end up doing really well in adverse conditions. That's something no one can take away from you. So we'll see. But we're really confident, and at the same time, we're very aware of what's going on, and we don't take this lightly at all. We've discussed this a lot internally. But we just really believe in the community. We believe in what we're doing, and we feel incredibly supported. So, we're gonna we put in the work, and now the chips will fall where they may. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really glad and reassured that that's definitely something you've considered and spoken to about the community. I guess on the plus side, like 0.5 ETH is cheaper in ETH or USDC or DT than it was a few weeks ago. So if anything, we're probably getting it at a bit of a discount because you haven't modified your mint price since
Exactly.
announcement, right? Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I was just showing our light paper, and they were actually old slides because I didn't have time to edit it out before this. So all the information is updated on our Medium. So all of the information is there. So I was showing an old slide where it had basically 0.5 or $1,500, which was our target for the price. And this is the reason we kind of base it off of $1,500 is that we could foresee a situation where there was a fluctuation in ETH. At that time, ETH was very stable, and everyone's like, it's going to be fine. But lo and behold, there was this these headwinds in the market. So we decided, all right, let's just be thoughtful about our community and just lock it in at 0.5. So yeah, it ends up being cheaper than it was originally. So we'll see what happens, but we're definitely very, very excited, and we feel an enormous amount of support from people who actually really understand what we're doing. So we're off to the races.
Amazing. Right, let's get some more questions in. And just a reminder, if you want to win a whitelist for this, go and retweet our latest tweet. As soon as this is over, I'm going to draw the 3 winners. As soon as you're drawn, if you win, DM us straight away with your Discord IDs, and we'll connect with the Collider team and make sure you get a Discord invite. You're able to join and process and get your address whitelisted. So make sure you go and retweet that. But keep the questions coming. We've got Daniel Lee. I know he wants to go to sleep, but I'm sure he's got time for a couple of other questions.
We're good.
Yeah.
Something fun. I can share some really fun stuff. We talked about this internally with our community, but this isn't widespread knowledge. But we're gonna take a snapshot of everyone's wallet in the first 48 hours, and if you're holding the same avatar, like the same ID that you had in the first 48 hours, when we get close to the second drop, that's going to give you an automatic spot for the second drop. So this is just a way of really showing some love and returning support and value to people who ride with us from day one, those first 48 hours. So that's pretty cool. You're going to have a guaranteed spot for the second drop, which is very limited. There's only 3,890 pieces, and you can have one of those if you have the same ID of the avatar you minted in the first 48 hours. So 48 hours to switch things around and collect some stuff and swap some stuff, but we're taking that snapshot after the first 48 hours, and if you're holding the same avatar, it's going to guarantee you a whitelist spot, which are probably going to be very difficult to get for the second part of the collection.
And Daniel, when is the second part of the collection? When are we expecting that to go?
Yeah, we're targeting Q3. We're not giving out a specific date yet because there's still a lot of stuff we need to kind of figure out. But yeah, we're targeting Q3.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one because often you give target dates, but people want that exact date and exact time. Yeah. But I think in this space, just a general bit of alpha for everybody. There's this is all new stuff. That what projects like us are doing are fresh. There's new problems to solve. There's so many variables and things that can happen. So you want to ensure that you're not rushing things. You're doing things correctly. You're considering the right things. The environment's correct. So there's a lot to consider before you drop something. And often actually giving a specific date up front is not necessarily the right thing to do. It's under promise and over delivers. How we should be doing things, and I'm hoping, Daniel, that's definitely close in your ethos too. But
Yeah,
thanks
so
for the
what
alpha,
we are
man. That's
doing,
some big alpha.
what we are doing is we are locking in dates for the airdrops. So that is something that we're very confident on delivering. So yeah, the stuff that like you're saying, the things that we're not 100% on delivering, we're never going to give a date for that. The things where we are confident on delivering. So the airdrops, there's going to be an airdrop every single month. We didn't really talk about the benefits for holders, but I can kind of go over it very quickly. It basically depends on how many avatars you're holding or how long you've been holding an avatar, right? So those are kind of our two target audiences: people who have been with us from day one and are holding their avatar, or people who want to come in and really support us. And so you can come into the project at any time, and it's going to depend on how many avatars you're holding, right? So in the first month, on July 15th, if you're holding an avatar or you've been holding an avatar for 1 month, you're going to have access to the drop. If you're holding 5 avatars, you're going to get 5 of those airdrops. So each one of the airdrops is stackable and is specific to every avatar. So every avatar has its airdrop. Then for the second airdrop in August 15th, either you're holding 2 avatars or you've been holding an avatar for 2 months. And the same for the next. You're either holding 3 avatars or you've been holding an avatar for 3 months. So it really kind of speaks to two kind of crowds: the crowd that wants to come in and invest in what we're doing, and they show up a day before with 3 avatars, they're eligible for that airdrop, or they've been holding an avatar for 3 months. And we're going to be doing an airdrop every single month till the end of the year. And this is really to add value and return value to people who are supporting us. And there's just some extra fun stuff that we're doing just being part of the NFT space. But the real like long-term values is in the visual wallet and the games and experiences we're going to be developing. But that's just get some idea. You guys can see it all in the Medium paper. It's all really well explained what the airdrops are going to be. It's some saucy and spicy and juicy airdrops. So if you guys are planning on holding and supporting, it's going to be well worth your while.
You're going to get some jalapeno NFTs dropped right into your wallet. looking forward to it. All right. Any more questions, people? Let's have them. Ask some challenging questions. Daniel is here at your service right now.
May I put in the last question?
Of course.
Okay. I was just wondering because, like, usually the core team members, they are really focused on building and developing. So, do you guys have like an advisor on board that's probably who's probably very familiar with the NFT space and could advise you, in terms of how the market runs and just give their input?
For sure. Yeah, we actually have quite a few advisors. Actually, one of them you guys might know, which is Tony. He was with us actually from day one, and he gave us some great advice just coming to the space. And to this very day, we keep on jumping on calls, and we have quite a few advisors that are familiar with his space, who have managed projects before, and people who have just been around for a long time from different kind of areas, right? So you have people that have more like trading experience, and they give us a perspective more from an NFT trader. We have people that are hardcore community members who really give us like the sense of what it feels like to be somebody who really believes in the long-term vision of the projects, and how they interact and how they feel about what we're doing and what their expectations are of the team. We also have people that are more kind of looking at this from an investor point of view, so people that are more kind of like from a technology standpoint, very like long-term investors. So we have people with different perspectives that advise us and give us their perspective, and then at the end of the day, we do whatever the fuck we want. So, nah, just kidding. We're like, also, oh, that's great advice. Okay, and then we go do the exact opposite. No, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, we're fully responsible for the decisions we make. So we basically try to get as much input from different conflicting perspectives. We bring all that together and we discuss it with a team, and then we make a call. So, for example, this specific, like, hey, should we postpone the mint? We discuss this with lots of different people from different parts of the community with different perspectives, and this is what we arrived at. So,
There you go. Hope that answered your question, Chili. Now, for the past 30 minutes, I've been inferring that Daniel has been on an 18-hour AMA and needs to go sleep. But really, I'm inferring that I need to go to sleep. So I think we're gonna
I'm the
wrap
scapegoat.
this one up shortly. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
That's our role,
You're
Daniel.
bringing that high energy for needing some sleep. I thought you were just getting your day started, bro.
No, I've always got that high energy. That's what it's about. You know, I'm the hype man too. But I could see that 5 people requested to speak, but I can't also see it on here. So if anybody is trying to ask a question, I'm really sorry if I've not accepted you to be a speaker. But Wavy's got one last question. I think we'll close up with your question, Wavy.
Yeah, I do. I have one last statement I want to say, because I did get message from a couple of my buddies, and I want to shout them out from Colliders. Okay, for one, I want to say this, right? These guys have been like super knowledgeable, like as far as like helpful people, like as far as like helping you out. Yo, if you need this done at 2, 3 in the morning, yo, I got hacked, my wallet got compromised. These guys will come through on that. Like they're like a renegade team, no lie. Shout out Boom Shaka, shout out AOG, shout out my boy uh 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 Jiro. Shout out Jiro. Can't forget Jiro. Max Hot Shot. Definitely can't forget No Limit. So I just wanted to show love to the community for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they definitely run a tight ship. And what I mean by that is it's like, they're like old heads at the round table. You know what I'm saying? If you pull up, come correct. You know what I'm saying? They definitely willing to, lend a helping hand, you know what I'm saying? But come correct. They're gonna show respect. You give that respect all day, man. So shout out to Collider Craftworks. Shout out my pet hooligan, man. That's it. All love.
Yo, we're gonna do an AMA just with Wavy at some stage. Wavy, I'm interested to know
Absolutely, Wavy.
more about you, sir. I do like your style. I got to say, we've got one final request, so we're gonna try and get Gang something or other in there. Gang, are you in here? Connecting. Hopefully Gang TX will make it in. If not, Daniel, I'm really sorry, sir, but we might have to cut this one a little bit short, even though we've probably done double time. But, I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. And, I hope that was quite informational for everybody who's joined on here. Just make sure you've retweeted the tweet, because I'm literally about to run this Twitter picker now. So whilst we're on here, let me run it. And Wes, Daniel, keep speaking, please.
Now just get on there. Make sure you like and retweet. But Daniel, thank you so much for coming on, man. Appreciate you, and I can't wait for your mint.
Yeah, and for you guys have been just great friends, just seeing your progress, seeing everything that you guys are doing. I think we're kind of like kindred spirits, from like a philosophical standpoint, and also really going after the game development side of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just super happy to have made friends right off the bat with you guys, and this community. The Hooli Gang is strong in the Collider server. So yeah, just thank you guys. Thank you for being so gracious, opening your community up to us, and hanging out, and yeah, we'll be talking soon. Hopefully, talking some business.
Absolutely. Hell yeah, man.
Amazing.
And if there's one thing,
go on, Wes. I was just about to say, we've drawn the winners. We've got MRE3345, Crypto, Onimus, and G11 NFT. Shoot us your Discord IDs ASAP so I can ping them over to the Collider team. Wes, talk to us.
I was just gonna say, of all the people that we've had the pleasure to meet and work with in the space, I mean, one of the things I love about the space is there's so many really rad, just down to earth, genuine people. But I gotta say, Danny, when we met you, and because it was a while back, you guys were one of the first projects we really interfaced with, and it was one of those things where like, all right, these guys are fucking cool. So it's just so cool to see, see both projects come all this way, and now to see you guys get into the mint. It's I couldn't be happier for you, man. So I'm happy to be sharing the stage with you now, and can't wait for your mint, and can't wait to see what the future holds for us all, man. Yeah, stay tuned with you, buddy.
Huge bromance going on there. So I think that's it then, Daniel. Daniel,
feeling warm inside.
Get a room, guys.
So everyone, I got some final words here. Final words for people who might be on the fence and they're not really sure. They're like, should I really go to town on these guys? Should I really invest in this? I'll tell you what. There's just three simple things you kind of need to think about. All right, you guys ready for the sales pitch?
Let's go.
Let's
Are you
go.
ready? Number one, do you believe people will spend more time in virtual and interactive experiences? Yes or no? You can call it the metaverse. You can call it whatever you want. Yes or no? It's a simple question.
Yes.
If it's
Yes.
yes, then you go, okay, will avatars play an important role in this experience, right? Is it kind of at the center of these experiences, right? Will people want, kind of like a computer in every home? Everyone should have a car. Everyone should own a home. I kind of believe everyone's going to want to have an avatar, some sort of virtual representation. Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. So you go, okay, well, what companies have a shot at being successful in this arena? When we actually kind of like look at the space, you go, how many of these companies actually have a legit shot? Who's got the track record? Who's got the team? Who has the skill set to be able to produce content at volume and at quality? There's not a lot of people. And then there you make your bet. You can just leave your money sitting in ETH. You can, I don't know what you're going to do with your money, or you can bet on us and bet on the future, and bet on a jolly ride. So let's go. That's all I have to
Well
say.
said. Well
There you
said.
go.
There's
There you go.
you just have to ask yourself those three questions, and you've got your answer right there, baby.
There you go. There's the answer right there. West, are you on the payroll for Collider or something? Because you were nodding your head to all of those there. What's going on here, pal?
And I just agree. I don't know. I should be on the payroll, but no, man. I'm just bullish.
All right then. I think we're going to wrap this one up. Yo, Daniel, always a pleasure, sir. I like having a bit of fun, and you're a guy that likes to have a bit of fun. So some of these serious spaces where nobody's talking or saying anything are never fun, right? So always a pleasure hosting you, sir, and having a bit of a laugh and joke with you at the same time, because that's always important, regardless of kind of market conditions. We're all human beings first, and human beings generally like to have fun and a bit of a laugh, and that's what makes us humans.
And let's be
So
honest,
thank you very much.
if we were serious adults, we wouldn't be in this space in the first place. So let's not take ourselves too seriously either, right?
That's correct. I mean,
If we were responsible adults, we wouldn't be here. Let's just be honest for a second.
That's pretty much true. That's true. But you know what? All adults, all male adults are just like grown kids, right? So same thing. We once a kid, always a kid. I mean, I definitely. I'm wondering what stage will I grow up and start to take life seriously. I don't think it'll ever happen. But that's a problem I've got to deal with. But anyway, thank you all. Really appreciate you spending your time with us today. Massively appreciated. Really looking forward to the mint, Daniel. Obviously, I'm going to support, and I hope everything goes well for you. All our best.
Beautiful. Thank you, guys. Let's get it.
Any final words from you, West?
No, thank you so much. Best of luck, Daniel. Can't wait to see how everything goes. Thank you all for joining us. Appreciate you all.
All right. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Peace.
Adios.
Adios, amigo.
Peace.
Adios, Waves. Waves, DM us, pal. We need you.
No doubt. I'm here, front and center.
All right, good stuff, bro. Good stuff. All right, speak. So where you from, Waves, by the way?
Atlanta, Georgia, my brother.
Yo, ATL, yeah. All right, cool, man. I'm coming to see you, bro.
Hey, we gonna turn up too.
100%. All right, Waves, let's speak soon.
What? Can you guys hear me? Type 1 if you guys can hear me. I was getting emotional and giving like this whole speech, and Juanito's just like, oh, nobody can hear you. He's like the worst streamer of all times. Can you guys hear me? Type 1 if you guys can hear. Yeah? Did you guys hear the shout outs or no? We just shouted out everybody out in the chat. Chat. So who are we shouting out? Proxycon. Cornelius. Spencer. What's up with that glowing, flowing hair? Those strong, robust biceps. What? Row Wheeler Dam? Thanks. Nuria. Arasarg? Lucky, let's go, Lucky. What are you doing, man? D's. What's going on, D's? What's going on with these nuts? Maverick. Proxycom. Ivan what? Badam. What's going on, Badam? D3. D3 has been around for a minute. El Mono. El Mono Monkey's in the chats. Lucifer. Oh, he was on Twitter, right? Yeah. He's the same guy. Almighty. Oh, Almighty. Let's go. Let's go, Almighty. Hobby Licioso. Yeah. Mr. Ricks, kindly. Mr. Ricks. Kindly. Oh, so it's not Ricks, it's Mr. Ricks kindly? Yeah. Emotional damage. Emotional damage. Senjamin. What's up, Senjamin? We got some real hardcore fan base here. We have the true believers in the chats. All right, guys. So I don't know if I can do my emotional, heartwarming speech again, but just wanted to say we really appreciate you guys for supporting us, hanging with us all day. You guys are the freaking best. And one question that came up a lot was, what we felt about minting in the current market conditions, and the answer was always, we feel an enormous amount of support from our community. We believe in our community, and we believe in basically the support we're receiving, and that people understand what we're doing, and we feel just like we just feel really good about what we're doing, and it's all thanks to you guys. So again, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting us, and looking forward to the mint. It's gonna be fun. There's a lot of cool stuff to see after the mint. So we're going to be revealing a lot of cool stuff for the next couple of weeks, and I think everyone's going to be really excited. So thank you guys for supporting us. We're very close here to the finish line, and it's all possible thanks to you guys. So that's all I can say for now, folks. Appreciate you. Love y'all. In the words of a wise man, stay hard. A real true warrior. Stay hard.